like, ride that horse down, downtown, down. Pushing the button, Mrs. Ryan. It's the Wednesday show. Yay! What's up, Mrs. Ryan?
We got it.
What?
We got it.
What do we get?
That name thing has really been at my forefront of my brain for 2 days.
You made it a hell of a priority, and it's weird because I never did get an answer from your side, but I just asked the man himself.
I asked him yesterday. I asked Richard twice. I've been doing everything I can to get this figured out.
I hear you. I'm saying it wasn't that difficult.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back. The Ryans are here. Hey, welcome back, everybody, to the Late Night Playset. Tonight is Wednesday, August 21st, 2019. Again, my name is Jay Ryan. This is Nicole Ryan. This is the Late Night Playset. And today is No, just kidding. Hi, Mrs. Ryan.
Hello.
How's it going? Get myself situated, bring it in here. Hi, everybody. Woo-hoo.
Excited to talk to this dude. I did not know what to expect. I like him a lot.
I like him a lot, too. And I didn't either. Our comedy booker has done it again. He's put somebody very good, I think, in that chair. And I think it'll be a surprise to all of us.
Yeah.
With that, though, his name is Joshua Mann. Comedian Joshua Mann is here today. Richard Chasler? Richard Chasler booking, right? Yeah, so it'll be good.
Yes, sir.
We'll get him in a few minutes. Typical fashion, talking before the show, and we got into stuff. We didn't go our usual route of comedy or cars or whatever. We started talking about you and your health, and he had a friend just recently diagnosed, a lot of stuff. So we'll probably touch on that, too. In the meantime, Mrs. Ryan, how are you feeling? Let's do that. We didn't do too much of that yesterday.
Today's a really good thinking day. Okay. I've reminded myself that it's thinking or walking, and that really means physical movements and dexterity and talking.
Right, you want to use your brain or your body.
Yeah, so once I, again, calm down and realize, like, my body is not going to work. So, like, trying to put effort into making that work takes everything away from up here. So I just am like a little kid that
I hate to say wasted energy, but it's not efficiently used, that's for sure.
That is correct. So I'm evening that out.
Well, there was a story I wanted to tell yesterday, but I didn't get to tell it because there was just so much stuff to do at top of show. But today we got most of it out of the way, so I'll tell it today really quickly. And it's the type of story I want to tell because I want to get the audience's opinion. I'm not going to do a poll or anything, take a survey, but I would like to know how you would handle the situation I'm about to tell you about. Mrs. Ryan and I, use a grocery delivery service for Ralph's, or whatever in our case it's Ralph's, but whatever your grocery is. Doing that sort of thing is not really feasible or possible for us, both the time and the physical stuff. So whatever, we do it. It's always been great. Oftentimes there's promos where it ends up being free, and there's just no downside to it. Somebody else does your shopping, you do it all online, and then they bring it to you a couple hours later. It's awesome, especially for people like us, where it's not about laziness or not even really about not having the time. It's like, man, that's really hard, and we'd have to do multiple trips to do, you know what I mean, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so never been an issue. The other day we used it, and everything seemed fine until, and I don't know if the layout of our place here probably matters, but it probably does. It's a secure building, and then there's an elevator, and we're on the third and top floor. I started getting texts from when the person was delivering the groceries. Now, I got nothing in the middle, nothing to say, oh, your strawberries are out of stock, or anything like that. There's no correspondence in the middle. It's just I placed my order forever, and then 2 hours later, it arrives. You know what? This will help. This will help a lot. Because I want to make sure I get it right. Because I genuinely want your opinion here. Hope I didn't delete it. There we go. Yeah, no, it's here. Okay. Joshua B. just started shopping for your order. I said, thanks so much, Joshua, with some emojis, of course, because that's news. Great news, Jay. Your Ralph's order will be delivered shortly. Okay, great. Heart and emoji. Great. Joshua B., your Instacart shopper. This is now direct correspondence. Hi, it's your shopper. I'm downstairs with your groceries. Now I can smell something here. I'm like, he wants me to come down to the groceries. I'm like, but I'm paying you. Oh, and you're paying, by the way, like you tip them and there's a service fee. You know, like I said, some of that stuff is
So it's all
but
covered.
you're still tipping, you know, like 10% or 5%,
Okay.
whatever you're doing on your grocery, whatever you choose to do. Now, I'm downstairs with your groceries. I said, terrific. Please ring, you know, and what the place, the unit and the name and whatever. It's Ryan. In buzzer, and I'll buzz you in. Thank you with a heart. No worries. It's sort of a lot of heavy bags, so if someone could come down to assist, that would be great. I know. So I said, shoot, I'm sorry. Unfortunately, I actually need surgery, and my wife has multiple sclerosis. That's actually why we use the ordering service. Now, it's starting, while I'm doing this, and it's legitimate, even I'm going, sounds just so passive-aggressive. It sounds like some guy pretending he's nice, but not, but whatever. But this is the truth. In our case, this is the truth. That's actually why we use the ordering service. I said, I'm happy to find a neighbor or something if it's that much of a hassle. I said, if it's a hassle. I'm adding that right now. Honestly, no one's ever asked, how does it normally work? I'm sorry. He said, yeah, it's a bit much, and that's numerous trips downstairs. At this point, I put my phone down and went and took care of it. And I went and got the groceries. But now, here's my question to you. And by the way, very, I don't want to say mean or anything. It wasn't pleasant. Not pleasant. Not pleasant. Maybe having a bad day. That's another reason I don't want to like just say, hey man, you're a jerk. Like maybe not. Maybe he's having a bad day. So okay, now once everything is done and the transaction is complete, you get an email or whatever, and you get to decide, do you want to change the tip? Because now, of course, you've had the interaction. You can, you had the tip put in ahead of time, and sort
you
of
can
like
mitigate what's going on. Okay.
Pre-slide a credit card or whatever. But nowadays, you can change it. You can make comments. You can rate the service in all the different areas, 5 stars, blah blah blah. So. Now this is important. This is important stuff. Now I'm unpacking the groceries. And there are some substitutions and some, like, I'm going to say corners cut.
I would agree with
We
you
had
there.
some deli cheese on there. We were getting some deli cheese, like go to the deli, get a pound of American cheese or whatever, and didn't probably want to wait in the line. So we got the prepackaged, hanging on the thing, cheese, like in the plastic.
Not the
yeah,
same.
it's American cheese. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's different, and it was not the right quantity. Anything. There was a number of things like that. The strawberries were one of them.
Yes.
So the service really was not good. It was not one thing. It was a multitude of things. But I don't want, this person still did work. They're still you know what I mean? Like I'm trying to be a good person. Mr. Rogers for adults over here, blah, blah, blah. What would you do in that situation? Do you change the tip? Do you keep it the same? Do you take it away completely? Do you write a comment telling exactly what happened in a non-nasty way? What do you do? Because I'm not going to go ripping, this guy should be fine. I'm not one of those people. But I do like to, shine a light at the problem when there is one. What would you do?
I would leave financially everything the same and then write what happened.
Oh,
because
that's
I think I'm a big, fan of paying people to do stuff. It's just...
Well, when you have to, yeah, especially.
When you have to, and we're in a position where, things like that are imperative.
Yeah.
And I think that needs to... You've said it. You say it... You're very open about that. So I'm surprised. I didn't know all of that backstory. But yeah,
Weird,
I would
right?
leave... It's very weird, and I'm...
It certainly takes the warm and
holding my
fuzzies out of,
tongue.
man, I really enjoyed using the service because it was the right thing for us and the whole bit. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, wow, no, there's a human error.
It causes more things. I notice it a lot with strawberries because produce is hard to make choices on sometimes. But there's...
I agree with you, and if it were just that, I would have left it and never mentioned it because I wasn't there. Maybe that was the best strawberry possible, You know what I mean? So you can't... Whatever. All right.
Yeah.
So anyway, please comment below. Let us know what you would do. I'm curious. I'm very, very curious because I have one more day to, make a move here. It's a 72 hours thing, and I'm curious because I will have made that move by tomorrow's show. So we'll find out what I did.
I'm super curious.
And I'm curious
what
what you
would
would
do too.
All right.
That'd
So
be
that's
awesome.
the only thing I wanted to talk about, Mrs.
Okay.
Ryan. Until then, I have one clip, and I chose this clip specifically as a Way Back Wednesday, which we don't normally do, but. I felt the need to balance out my little story and my little thing there. So this is a clip from a long time ago from somebody else. Roll it out.
All right, Rogers, you got the floor.
In 1969, Mr. Rogers testified before Congress on behalf of the then nascent Corporation for Public Broadcasting, when a $20 million grant proposed by Lyndon Johnson was in jeopardy.
We made 100 programs for the Eastern Educational Network, and then when the money ran out, people in Boston and Pittsburgh and Chicago all came to the fore and said, we've got to have more of this neighborhood expression of care. And this is what I give. I give an expression of care every day to each child. And I feel that if we in public television can only make it clear that feelings are mentionable and manageable, we will have done a great service.
I'm supposed to be a pretty tough guy, and this is the first time I've had goosebumps for the last 2 days.
Well, I'm grateful not only for your goosebumps, but for your interest in our kind of communication.
I think it's wonderful. Looks like you just earned the $20 million.
Yeah.
I'm so glad you
That's
played
the
that.
guy. That's that guy. A lot of people are going to start idolizing him again soon, and I think that is just fantastic.
Yeah.
I would like everyone else to know that at the same time, I got an email from Taco Bell saying that the $5 Chalupa Cravings box is back. Oh, God, keep it. But while I'm over here, Mrs. Ryan, the last thing I have, it's time for Dave Watch.
Watch.
Now, all right, we had some pretty big news yesterday from you.
Yeah.
For those who haven't been paying attention, every single day, a couple weeks ago, we reached out to finally try to get David Letterman as a guest on this program. And we have had some luck. We have gotten to the right people, and the right people are taking a look at what we do and asking questions. And it's a very exciting time to be us. We're very nervous, but we're very excited. Would that be fair?
That's a really good
Nervous and excited.
way to say it.
Yeah. So anyway, Dave is not here today, so we have to do the X, but it's still a very exciting time. I think that this could be months and months. This could be years, literally, or this could be like, well, he's going to be in Los Angeles in, let's see, what's your birthday? September 6th? You just never know.
You never know.
Also, just coming up, since it's on the calendar too, August 30th is Late Show 26. That's the 26th anniversary from when all this stuff was new back in the day.
Nice.
You know, it was Late Show 25 where we told the microphone story and everything.
Yes,
Yeah.
and yesterday Steve Mazon was such a good, like, calmed me down of like, things take longer than you ever think, and they happen instantaneously, but they do take.
Oh yeah, when you watch the movie, it looks like it's real quick, but sometimes it's months or years.
Yeah, you never
Easily.
know.
And with that, Steve Mazon was great yesterday, and he watched Late Show 25 last night and sent the nicest email. You got that too?
The nice.
Yeah, so we're going to see him more, and he's going to be back very soon. I haven't figured out if we're going to physically switch seats or what, but he's going to be back soon, and we're going to be talking about, I guess, David Letterman.
Yeah, there's so much more down that rabbit hole to cover.
All right, Mrs. Ryan, it's time to ask the question that's on everyone's mind.
Dun, 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 dun.
What's going on, Mrs. Ryan? Dun, 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 dun.
There's a lady in Mississippi who probably saved a dude's life in Michigan. She works for Comcast. I know, it sounds crazy.
Michigan or Mississippi?
Michigan.
Okay, but you said Mississippi?
She's from. This is the point.
Oh, I
there's
see.
a lot of companies that hire, especially for like rural customers. This was a rural guy in Michigan.
Oh.
And a Comcast lady, a worker, that was on the phone with him, remotely, whatever, and he had a stroke while they were on the phone, and she knew what that sounded like. His words started not making sense, and then she thought that the phone dropped.
Right.
So she took it upon herself. She called authorities, and they were like, it's a rural place, like, whatever. And she was like, no.
No,
like,
something's up. I was talking to this guy, and then he couldn't talk anymore.
So
Yeah.
she probably saved him.
That's
So
really cool.
Kudos to Kimberly Williams.
From the Father is the Bride?
I thought that.
Oh, no, this is the Kimberly
but
Williams
it-
from Mississippi. I
yeah.
am sorry. Yes, of course.
I thought
I
that
think
too.
of, yeah, well, it doesn't matter. There's a lot of those things. I think that's great. It's very nice.
It's awesome. You can always hear stuff. So I like that she took it upon herself. Yeah, I heard it. Okay, in Florida, the
I think
aquarium.
you're great.
Like-
You're the only one who gets tripped up by you. It's fantastic.
I know, it's a nightmare. Hi, guys. The Florida Aquarium, that's really what it's called, made some groundbreaking movements with the help of a museum out of London. They're regrowing and recreating the coral reef in Florida.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
They're figuring out how to do that.
That's I mean, that's a good problem to fix.
It's a
Right.
great problem. And the one in Florida is the third largest in the world, I
I think
guess.
we need to work on the pollution too. I think that may be an issue also.
I think that might be an issue, but at least they're trying to regrow it in the meantime.
Yeah.
So kudos.
I mean, anybody who's worked trying to, nothing happens. Nothing's black and white. You know, I mean, nothing's ever 100%. So it was never 100% broken, and now it's 100% fixed. But anytime you can move the needle any way in any direction, that's real. Well, obviously, if you're trying to move in the good direction, that's really a good thing, I believe.
I concur. There's this really neat water coaster. They're calling it. They're comparing it to the hybrid of a roller coaster and a water slide at a water park in Indiana, and it looks awesome.
Oh, does it?
In the way that Action Park probably looked awesome to kids
I loved Action
when
Park.
we were kids. It
Grew up
looks
with Action Park.
way
At Action
safe.
Park.
This looks way safer. It's in Indiana at a place
Route
that
9 in Vernon, New Jersey. Great Gorge. I can't believe
you never know.
Now, you just got me thinking about Action Park now.
Well, there's 3 to a tube thing. There's 3 seats, and 2 run kind of concurrently, and they're making it a race. Who knows? But
So it starts in water with a raft.
they load it like a roller coaster. So people walk.
Okay.
Yes, there's a raft and it's in water, but they load it like a roller coaster. So it's not like normal water park rides where like you climb stairs and get in a
Sure.
thing. Who knows? It looks super neat.
Oh, okay, good. Did they is it built? Is it done? Can we see it?
It's
I mean, can
gonna
people go
be
already?
open to the public next
Next
year,
summer, probably,
next
yeah.
summer. But yeah, there's videos online.
But we're teasing it now. Got to get everybody excited.
It's called
Buy those
something
tickets.
ridiculous, like the cattle chase or something. It's crazy, but who knows?
All right, cool.
Enjoy it. You'll probably see it in all your local fairs and stuff. Okay, lastly, this was such cool news. Our guest coming loved London too.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, we were talking about that a little bit. The UK doesn't typically get American television, like on the on our schedule, which is great for comedy because they have their own weird stuff. But there's a new channel launching there called Sky Comedy that's going to launch in the
Is
early...
it an affiliate of Sky TV?
Probably, yes.
Okay.
But they're going to show SNL and Jimmy Fallon's Tonight Show in kind of timely fashion. So...
Why?
So
So they can know what's going on in America. You know what I mean? I just can't figure. SNL, I get a little bit. Jimmy Fallon, I get less so.
I feel like they wanted. I'm not exactly sure. Like there's
I mean, it's obviously clearly a financial deal, and there's money involved, and it's clearly NBC. So I mean, it all makes sense. Oh, it's a
NBC,
Lorne
HBO,
Michaels
Showtime.
package,
Like
sure.
there's a lot of different kinds of like last week.
If that's
Tonight,
what it is, then
Comedy
great.
Central is
But then I
gonna-
become less interested because it's not about like, getting this content to a different audience. It's about making money, which totally important. But I have less interest in that.
I just like that it's going to be seen now. You don't just
Yeah.
dig around on YouTube and find edited versions of stuff. So you never know.
When I was a kid, when I was in high school, Comedy Central was new, and they had SNL reruns in the afternoon, and it was the greatest. It was the greatest. It was the greatest. It was
Yeah.
the greatest. Yeah, because at that time, you couldn't see it other than Saturday night back in those days.
Right.
There was no place. It's not like you can just stream all the episodes and the internet and all that stuff. So it was really cool. So I do see your point.
Well, London, what we were saying, like London's more of a reader town, like city. Like they love their newspapers and their stuff. They don't intake as much media, like viewing content sometimes. So it's a neat option for them to have.
I got it. No, I'm with you.
I'm
Are
just
you
gonna,
okay?
Sure. I'm gonna sit here and repeat myself.
No, but I'm not
for
going to
no
let you
reason.
end it on that. Let's end it on a high note.
I'm excited to see SNL in the UK.
Oh, okay. So there we go. Trip test. That's been What's Going On. You did it, Mrs. Ryan. You're good. I think it's fun when you get tripped up, and then I like watching you get stronger. So sometimes I point it out and then help you get out of it. And You need to learn how to do this stuff. I mean, look, we're doing this for a living now. This isn't a hobby anymore. You know what I mean? So
I know. I get it.
Fun. Yeah. Good. All right. That's it. Enough of us. Let's get our guest in here. Joshua Mann will be sitting in that chair when we come back right after this. In the meantime, I'm going to play a clip of some of his stand-up comedy so you get a feel for what it is that this man does. See you in a few. More to come.
Are anybody here teachers? Any teachers? Yes. Yes. Teachers are American heroes. Please give a round of applause for teachers. One teacher can change the world for the better or the worse. And I'm going to cite a super weird example of how a teacher changed the world for the worse. When Adolf Hitler was young, all little Adolf wanted to do was paint. Little Adolf Hitler, not like grown, scary, murdery Hitler. Like, just little one before the stash. Tiny Hitler. All he wanted to do was be a painter. And he went to England and studied painting. And I feel like had his teacher just been like a little bit more encouraging, maybe things would have been different. Maybe we could have avoided that whole weird mess in the 40s. Like I just picture it going down, like weird little insecure Adolf. It's like exciting about his artwork. Being to his teacher, like, what do you think of my paintings? Do you think they're good? I'm not ready to show them. I don't know. And his Liverpool teacher, that's where he studied, in Liverpool. His teacher just being like, Adolf, your brush strokes are no good. Look at Harvey Hirschberg's brush strokes. He's much better. I don't like this Harvey Hirschberg. What do you think about use of perspective? Adorable, insecure Adolf. Your perspective's all wrong. Your trees are too big, the people are too small. Look at what Shlomo Perlman did. And Adolf, you don't have to be so literal. The sky doesn't have to be blue. The sun needn't be yellow. Look at what David Other Jew Name did. Thank you very much, guys. That's all my time.
Thanks, Mrs. Ryan. All that. Good job. Now, like I said, we're sitting here with Joshua Mann. They'll see all that, but they won't have heard much of it.
Oh, good. That's perfect.
It is what it is.
You know what? You could do the whole show on mute.
Really? Because you don't like listening
that'd
to
be
yourself.
so happy
That's how we
for
set
you.
it up. So, hey, everybody, we're sitting here with Joshua Mann still and again. What's up, brother?
Not too much. What's happening?
I want to know why you're going to turn into a crazy person, and then I want to know about with the grocery stuff, what your thoughts are on our grocery experience.
First of all, I don't blame the guy because not a lot of Joshuas do manual labor.
Right.
Yeah. That's a rando
gosh.
gig for a Joshua.
Yeah.
Like usually accountants, comedians, men of mystery.
What's a man of mystery? The guy living in the marina on his
Dos
boat.
Equis guy?
Yeah, there you
Dos
go.
Equis guy, yeah, he's a man of mystery. Bond. Bond's an international one.
License to kill, for goodness sake.
Yeah.
So is that really what it is? Joshua was
Yeah.
lazy?
Well, I don't know that
Isn't that what you
lazy is the
said?
right word.
I thought that's what you said.
No, I feel like designed for better use.
Oh, that's better.
Yeah.
This is not an efficient use of his
The
skill.
other thing, like, why?
Here's the thing, though. I didn't hire him. You know what I'm saying?
I
Like,
understand.
He works
chose
for
the gig.
yeah.
Yeah, no, I get it.
So that's where I kind of was like, it's not really my problem, and I'm sort of being the scapegoat here. And it's like, I don't really care for that. I could relieve myself financially and not
Sure.
tip him, but that doesn't make me feel good.
I'm going to just make the first joke thing, another joke thing, and then I'll tell you how I actually feel.
All right, 2 joke things and then your feelings.
The second joke thing is actually kind of my feelings.
Okay.
Like you really need deli American cheese?
Yes.
American cheese isn't even really cheese.
Yeah, you're right about this. I actually, believe me, I thought about all this stuff. Do you even mention this on television?
Yeah, like you should have like said cheddar or like a
The truth is,
Gruyere?
it is. There's a different. It's different. I mean, it is. I'm not saying one's better than the other, but there's a different taste or flavor or texture. Plus, my wife likes the one that she likes.
All right. I
And
don't
we're
want to
using
fight
the
about
service
it.
for her, and she has MS, and
Oh
can-
my God! You can't play
did.
the MS card with cheese.
for American cheese.
Yes,
what
you
else do
can.
you play it for?
part of our thing is that we're really particular because we don't know when we're going to die.
All right.
So we want what we want.
She really.
None of us know
Yeah, I
when we're
went
going to
there.
die. That's
went-
why some of us eat good cheese. Because
Ah,
we don't know when
God!
we're
Oh
going
my
to die.
God!
You really turned
So
that around.
good.
All right.
So good. She didn't think it through. That was a good one.
But like, yeah, when like I Postmates a lot of stuff because I hate doing stuff.
You don't want to go out, yeah.
Yeah, and it's easier. And every time when they're like, "Can you come down to the curb?"
I've never had it before.
Never
Oh,
happened.
it happens often, and I grow irate.
Is
Like,
it, does,
and I'm able-bodied. Like, there's no
Yeah, that is
reason
weird.
I shouldn't be like, "Yeah, I'll come down a couple flights of stairs."
that is weird.
Yeah. Oh, I get angry.
Is it, and this is a genuine question, I'm not trying to lead the witness here, but does neighborhood have anything to do with it? Does the geographical area to which they normally deliver have something to do with it?
I think for my neighborhood, in part, it's parking. Like if
Oh,
they
yeah,
can't
sure.
find an
That makes
easy
sense.
Sure,
parking
that makes a lot
spot,
of
they don't
sense.
want to leave their car.
Makes
And
a
that
lot
I
of sense.
get.
Here, there's plenty of parking,
Yeah.
and it's a nicer.
Safe?
If I were doing anything in this area, I wouldn't ask somebody else for their. I don't know how to say this, but it's too nice of a. We live in a kind of a nice area.
You live in a
There's
very
a 99-cent
safe-
store
yeah.
a block away, of course, but that's LA. I mean, like we're in Toluca Lake, in a nice area, in a secure secure luxury building. You know what I mean? Like
By the way, it's not that secure. I
Yeah,
walked,
you walked
right
right
in.
in.
Yeah.
you knocked on our door.
And I don't look like somebody that should just be coming in a building.
How did that happen?
I don't know. Just some
Seinfeld
lady.
episode.
This woman was just like, "Oh, I'll open the door for you."
Yeah.
I'm like, all right.
His tattoos and nice hair. He must be a good boy.
He wears Ray-Bans. He's not a criminal.
Oh, that explains a lot.
Wow. Well, but again, that's the opposite. I mean, you needed no help to get in here.
None whatsoever.
So that's my point.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you have
Proven
an
the
elevator.
grocery store. Yeah.
I know. Nobody has ever said anything. Also, I will say this: most people who do that job have a little cart. From my experience, they have a little cart.
Yeah.
If that's what you do, you deliver groceries for Ralph for a living. You get a little cart.
Yeah, there's no reason not to. It's super easy.
Yeah, all this stuff went through my head, so I'm glad that you at least seem to feel my pain.
Oh yeah,
What would you do?
I would. I mean, I would
Would a
have.
description of the gentleman help you? Gee whiz.
I would have. Well, it's tricky because immediately I would have just like burnt him to the ground,
Yeah, yeah.
like
Well,
in
I
the
wanted
moment.
to.
I would have been like, no tip, nothing. But
Mentally,
you,
I
like,
did all of that,
You
but I
sat on it now for time, and then that's when you become human. Where you're like, maybe he was having a terrible day. Maybe he sprained his ankle the night before.
he was
Anything's
fine.
possible.
He was fine. He was so tall and so able-bodied. He was fine.
He was so tall.
He was so much bigger than me.
All right. That's also a
It was
comment for
once
Joshua.
I got there, it was offensive to me that I was helping. I was already
Sure.
pissed off about it, but then I was offended.
No, I get it.
I was like, "What's going on?"
Yeah, I can understand it.
It is what it is. The cheese thing's weird, though.
Yeah.
Not because, man, I had to have that American cheese, or she did. It's just a weird substitution to make. If I said I want a deli minestrone soup and they brought me a can of Campbell's, I would not be okay with that.
It's
and that's to
entirely
me the same
possible.
exact thing.
It's entirely possible, though, that he doesn't really understand the distinction.
No, it doesn't work that way.
It's-
It's like UPC code. I mean,
Okay.
there's a
All right.
picture. Like it's all.
Right.
It's not like you make a list and like, hey man, get a quart of milk, a stick of butter.
I don't know why I'm defending this jackass.
Yeah, you were much harder on him than I was earlier. I feel
Yeah,
we've
I would
switched
not have
sides.
tipped him.
Now you're like, no, he's my buddy.
I would have I would have probably given him like, I don't know how it works with like if
I
you
think
get the
it was
1
roughly
star
a $10
like an
tip,
Uber thing.
and then you can go up to 5 stars. Yeah.
Yeah, like on Uber, if I have a bad trip, I'll
You get
like,
your acid from Uber?
yeah.
Wow.
I didn't realize this though. Speaking of Uber, I've been doing it
Wow.
all wrong
What a
for a really
segue.
long time. If you write your complaint on the like 5-star thing, that goes straight to the
Corporate.
driver.
Oh.
The driver sees that. If you email or like go on Twitter, I'd do it on Twitter and like DM Uber and you're like, this dude should not be driving. Then like customer service gets back to you. But yeah, if you just go in the thing, so like
So that guy's just like, cool, thanks. 1 star for you.
a bunch of Uber drivers have just gotten like, this car's gross and the guy drives like an asshole. Like from
So
me.
it doesn't go to anybody else.
It goes
That's
both.
not that bad.
It goes to both.
Oh.
Yeah, it goes to
Okay.
corporate, but the driver sees it. So then immediately you don't get a high review.
And he's definitely not going to pick you up again.
No, probably not.
Do you Uber a lot in LA here?
Yeah, all the time. I Ubered here.
Oh, you did?
I Uber every day almost.
And does the guy ever ask for your help with either directions or gassing up the vehicle or
No, that
driving
hasn't.
to the destination?
I've heard.
Because to
of-
me, it's the same thing. You're paying somebody to do a job.
yeah, but I've had Ubers on the opposite side of, and I live in a really busy street on the opposite side of my street, who are like across the street. Like,
Oh,
you're in a car, man.
wait, what? Yeah, that's.
Yeah,
Thanks a lot.
and I've had them like drop me off like a block away or from because of traffic
See, now
patterns.
the
They're
New-
like, it'll take so long for
The
me to
New
go.
Yorker
that way.
in me would strongly prefer that. I would typically tell them, like, oh, I'll just get out here. Like, this is great.
Yeah.
I don't need to, like, I'm getting out of an Uber. Whatever. Tell the paparazzi I'll walk around the corner.
I usually, and this is just where I stand as a human being, which is not a great place. It probably makes me like a little person. But if they don't suggest it, I'll be like, look, I'll hop out on this side. Like, that's
Oh,
crazy
yeah.
for you to have to do that.
But
once
because-
they bring it
yeah.
up, I'm like,
Holy
you're
cow.
taking me where I belong.
Now, you just brought up an interesting point. What if I was, like, getting the mail or whatever when the guy showed up?
Yeah.
Wouldn't I have helped him upstairs? Probably.
I bet you would
I
have.
bet I would have.
Yeah.
I bet I would have.
And he probably wouldn't have been weird. He probably would have been like, oh, this works out so nicely.
I was totally going to guilt you into coming and helping me anyway.
He wouldn't have told you that.
No, I don't think so.
He'd have been like, oh, yeah, I was going to bring it up. I don't know why that's my impression of your
What is it, Joshua B?
yeah, of Joshua B.
Man.
I wonder if he's related to Samantha B.
Oh my gosh, it never even occurred to me.
Yeah.
They didn't look related, if that really helped.
I,
She's not quite as tall.
tall is an odd choice. Every time you say it, you have like
He
a
was very tall.
evil grin.
Very tall.
All right.
Well, there were two things I could say, and I'm choosing tall.
All right.
That's the one that's less politically incorrect.
Okay.
I don't want to define him by race because that's not what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
so
saying?
You're
That has
not
no-
like
to me,
he
that
was
has
a
no
tall
affiliation.
white guy. You don't want to say white.
I wouldn't
get
want to
it.
lie.
Yeah. I get that. You don't want to label him as white.
Yeah, it's a weird thing. It's a weird thing because that's
My-
to me that's not a part of the
My
math.
issue with all this is that he could have asked about the cheese. He had the
That's
thing.
for me too. Normally you get a
And
check-in like, hey, they don't have
His
whatever.
job is a delivery person. So the pizza guy doesn't say, come on down and get your pizza. He goes
Yeah.
to your door.
Also,
his
they
neighborhood.
definitely had American cheese. It's not like there was
Yeah.
a giant run on deli
Now
sliced
maybe they
American
didn't have
cheese.
boar's head, but they would have had a different deli
There's-
American
Ooh,
cheese.
boar's
or Ralph's
head.
head.
All right.
I
Ralph's
messed
head.
up. There's
Ralph's head?
I said it. I didn't mean it. It was an accident.
there's an opportunity
Where
to
do you
ask
get yours?
questions.
I go to Bristol Farms for all of my
Nice.
grocery needs.
Oh, but they don't come to you.
No, they don't. But I
You
can walk
Postmates
there.
it?
I could.
Oh, you're that close to that one? The
Yeah.
one in that town
On
that you live
Sunset,
in?
yeah.
Oh, we are going to say it. Okay,
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Well, Sunset's
It's a
a
busy
big
street.
street. Yeah. Yeah, I go to Bristol Farms, and that's
I
where
love
I
Bristol
get
Farms.
my extra sharp Tillamook cheddar.
Oh, now that's a cheese I like.
Yeah,
Pretty
it's
good.
a good cheese.
Yeah.
I like good cheese.
I got Thanksgiving. Good job. I got Thanksgiving dinner there a couple years since.
Oh my
pretty
God,
rad.
their Thanksgiving, their
They
prep.
do the spread, yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's so much better than any regular person could cook, and maybe even better than like
Grandma.
chefs. Yeah.
No, I
My
was
grandma
gonna
was
cook
not a
one year,
regular
and
person.
I went to get ingredients, and I was like, "No, I'll just get what they have."
Yeah.
Like, I'm single, and this is way better than anything I can make. So it was a long time ago.
I've done
I
it.
heard single. I
Yeah.
don't care.
Yeah, that's by the way the
That was
least.
we've been together 10 years. Like,
yeah.
it's all good.
When I was single.
If I don't remember this story, I just assume I wasn't there.
Yeah. Yeah, they're.
Okay.
No,
Any-
go ahead. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, that was the
thought I
story. It
being
was
cute.
just a long time ago. It was adorable. It was a long time ago.
Oh my God! Anybody who's listening should eat that Thanksgiving at least once in their life.
It's good. It's genuinely good. It must
Oh my
be all.
God.
What's in the Chinese food in New York? MSG. It must be all MSG.
No, it's all like organic.
really
It's all
nicely-
seasoning and
Yeah, it's like real
Like
food.
real food.
Yeah, it's so good.
herbs.
Yeah.
Made with love.
I want to know about you, man.
All
This
right.
has been fun.
What
Thanks
do
so
you
much
want?
for dealing with my my grocery stuff and playing, whatever along.
I love it.
How did you get into comedy? Where are you from? You know what I mean? Like, I want to know a little bit about your childhood. Like, what's your origin
Yeah.
story? You know what I mean? How'd you get here today? Uber.
Uber,
Hey-o.
yeah. I got into comedy young, actually. I was 18 the first time I did a
Holy
set.
Shit. You look
Yeah.
young now, but 18's like a
You
child.
Stop it. Yeah,
Where? What part of the world?
in Chicago, Illinois. I was born in Illinois, outside the city.
Is it windy there also, or less so?
It's less so because less politicians.
Hey, so you do know.
Yeah, I'm
So
from there.
many people don't.
No, it's the 17th windiest city. in-
Weather-wise, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
But politically, it was the number one.
it went back and forth. Yeah, you can't trick me.
I'm all like, what do you know about Ohio? Round up both sides,
Well,
high
yeah.
middle.
I don't know anything about Ohio. It's the Buckeye State. I know that.
Okay.
That's
Look at
about
that.
it.
You know more than me. You win something. Ding.
But so yeah, I was born in Illinois. I graduated high school and moved out of the town I was living in and away from my mother when I was just like the day I graduated high school.
You moved away from your crazy-ass mother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
okay.
yeah.
Wow, we have that in common.
Your mom's crazy?
Well, I don't talk about it on the show, but yeah.
Oh really? Well, you kind of are. I'll talk about it. I doubt she'll find this. If she finds it, oh boy.
No, we don't have a relationship. It's one of those things. Life made a lot more sense for both of us. We never really were supposed to be together. It was just
Oh,
one of those
really?
things, and it could be. Yeah, it just wasn't. It was not really a natural thing.
Oh.
We both are much better alone,
Yeah,
having our own lives. I mean,
I talk to my mom like I'd say like once or twice a week.
oh, whoa,
Yeah.
still
Yeah. Oh yeah.
torture.
It's fun.
wow.
Oh no, you gotta like I look at it like I'm like listening to a podcast or like
Well,
watching.
I need to know the middle then. So after you left her at 17 or 18,
Yeah.
the
Well,
moment you could.
This is my childhood breaks out like very sadly. Like
This may be a two-parter, folks.
dad died when I was 11.
Oh, 18.
Wait, he's your dad too?
A lot of parallels here,
That
folks.
makes sense. Yeah. So he died.
Ever have any childhood obsessions?
Only suicide.
Oh, God, you must have loved MASH.
I did.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
suicide is painless.
I loved MASH until Klinger took off the dress, and then it got poopies.
Agreed.
Yeah, no
I was
good
totally
anymore.
fine with bringing in Colonel Potter, but
Oh.
Klinger's got to stay crazy transvestite,
And
or
the-
I'm out.
Chicken baby in the back of the bus episode drove me up a wall. Oh,
You really got to watch MASH. It was a great show.
you haven't seen MASH?
Not
Not to this level.
not to this
Oh, you need to
level,
watch
for
MASH.
sure.
It's-
It's on one of the streamers, and whatever one, it's just on like the Apple TV queue
Yeah.
or whatever. And I put it on at night sometimes, just because it's back. It's like
Sure.
it's comfort. It may as well be some sort of like old music, 70s soft rock that like, will put you to
Absolutely.
bed.
I
I
think
did that
wa-
with friends.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah, same
not
show.
contemporary,
MASH.
but same kind of thing.
almost the
Okay.
exact same show.
Totally. It sounds it. It sounds it.
Well, Hawkeye and Chandler really share quite a few.
Well, yeah, a little bit.
tendencies there, actually.
Hawkeye though was just Groucho.
Oh, well, look at you.
It-
That's interesting because he was sort of the master of ceremonies of the whole thing.
Oh yeah.
Wow. BJ being maybe, would you put him Harpo?
Well, he was Harpo in that one episode when It
You
boggles
love
my
MASH.
mind.
You really do.
I do really like that show. Yeah.
I didn't know there was an episode, but go ahead. Let's hear it.
Oh yeah, there's an episode where I think to entertain children, Hawk dressed. I call him Hawk.
Yeah. Well, his friends, sure.
It's weird saying Hawkeye so much because I have been getting Jeremy Renner every day since the Avengers Endgame. So every time I say Hawkeye, I'm distracted by that.
When you
But
say you've been getting that,
people are
think
like,
you
"Are
look
you?"
like him?
Yeah.
See, I don't like those superhero movies. I don't really
Okay.
get them. Not that I don't like them. I don't get
Sure.
them. So, does Jeremy Renner look different in that movie than he does usual? Because I don't
I don't
you
know.
look like Jeremy Renner.
I don't think so either.
But maybe he looks different in that movie.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't think we look anything alike.
We know people that we think look like Jeremy Renner, and you don't
I
look
have
like
different
them
color eyes, different color hair.
Now that
Are you an
you've
actor?
said it, it's in my head, so I get it, but I wouldn't have said that ever.
It's weird. It's really weird. I don't understand it. Anyway, back to MASH. There was an episode where Hawkeye and BJ were like entertaining. I think it was entertaining children, and Hawkeye was dressed as Groucho and was
Korean
like
Children's
doing.
Hospital?
Yeah, he was doing a Groucho impression where he like had the cigar.
It's pretty good. I mean, that's pretty good. How that
and-
all sort of came together. 'cause
Yeah.
I was not expecting that. Well done.
No, yeah,
You really do know MASH. You were able to pull it out.
I do a little bit. Yeah.
All right, but back to you. Obsessed with suicide when you were a kid. No,
Oh, yeah.
leaving your mom.
My dad died, and my mother like just kind of pieced out for a while,
Yeah, mentally, right?
and
Or
physically.
she left. Oh, okay.
Not too far, but she would like I would get home from school to an empty house, and then she would come home like around or after I was already asleep, and then like I would wake up and go to school, and then she wouldn't be there. Like she wasn't there.
Right. Do you know what she was doing?
I know she went to Carmel at one point.
Okay.
I'm not kidding.
But she wasn't like.
I assume she
this
was
is delicate, but
grieving.
She wasn't like paying the bills, was she?
No, she was not a prostitute.
Your dad died and you got a single mom here?
No,
I don't know what your situation is.
we
You
were-
paint an interesting story.
At the time, we were like upper middle class. I was born in and lived until like 13 years old, 14 years old in a very wealthy suburb.
It's like my mom was not a whore.
No. No, she was just like, she went on a
Maybe she's
trip.
going to night school.
No,
Bury
I
yourself.
wish. No, like recently, this is amazing. Recently, and I had vaguely known that this happened. Recently, I was going up to Carmel, just to get away.
Yeah, wow. Get away.
Yeah, it was hot in LA. And I was on the phone with my mom because I was just like, oh, this will kill time on the drive. Just like listen to her yap at me.
Look at the miles burn off.
Yeah, it really does. Oh my God, an hour like that. And she was
I
like,
need gas again. This is great.
yeah. She was like, I went to Carmel by the Sea. I took a road trip with my friend Debbie when you were little.
Holy
And I
moly.
remember, I was like, oh yeah, that was right after Dad died. She was like, well, I need to go someplace nice and have fun.
Wow.
So that happened. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, it was great.
Are you an only child?
No, I have two siblings, but they were both in college.
So you were the only kid.
That was the only kid there. Yeah.
When you say upper middle, were there any like service or like was there a nanny?
No,
was there anybody
upper
else
middle.
around?
No. I I bounced around. It gets so much better too. I bounced around to like friends' houses and
Oh
stuff.
yeah, couch surfing as a kid
Yeah.
and stuff. Yeah, yeah.
Um,
I did that too.
But so then
we sort of had to when you don't have a family
Yeah.
like that anymore. Like your family explodes.
yeah.
Yeah. What do you do?
So then my mom was diagnosed with breast cancer and had to
You
have
the
a
whole package.
Yeah, and so like my siblings like came home to deal with that, and I remember like the doctor telling us like she's probably gonna die, which was amazing. So I was just like, oh, all right, that's gonna happen.
Well, how old are you at this point? I mean, 11 when you're dead, and then
12.
oh, that soon.
It was like
A year
6
later.
months.
Holy
Yeah, 6
crow.
8 months later that she was
cow, man.
diagnosed. And then like she had to have a double mastectomy and started fighting cancer.
Dear
and
Lord.
she like still is alive and still has cancer, which is crazy. Like she's had it like metastasized to different places.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
She's still going.
How long ago was this? I mean, that
I
that
mean-
this has been going on. I don't know how old you are now, so.
I'm in my late 30s now, so
oh my gosh, she's
yeah.
been a survivor for a long time.
Yeah, she was like cancer free for
30
like a
years almost.
decade, and then she had it for a little while, and then was cancer free again, and then now she has it again. It's crazy, but that's why I still talk to her. Like,
Yeah.
her road has been Like,
We have different stories.
yeah. And I mean, for whatever she did that was awful as a mother, like, how sad is her journey? Like, I'm still going and I got good hair. I don't have to be mean to her. I'll chat with her a bit.
All right. Okay. Well, you're painting a little bit of at least what the family dynamic was, and certainly the players that were and weren't there. How and why comedy? Did you take some of this tragedy and make it into something good, or like, how did that work?
I mean, I always, when I was young, like from the time I was 7 years old, I wanted to be an actor.
Oh, no shit. Okay.
Like
so Hollywood was always like in the cards.
Yeah, I was.
You knew that.
Yeah, I was
How'd you
always
know that?
performing. I don't know. Probably because like I'm like dysfunctional. Like there's some part of me that's
But did you
fundamentally wrong.
Did you relate to like movies and stuff when you were a kid? Did you see that and like, I want to live in that world? That's fantasy or that's real or whatever. I mean, was it something? Was there some imprint?
I'll tell you. Like I really think.
Otherwise, how would you know what an actor was and stuff?
I mean, I think what it was is I wanted to be Tom Cruise.
Oh,
like
you wanted to like fly jets and stuff.
Yeah, I think like
Okay.
I think as a kid, and I mean even until probably my like late 20s, early 30s, I like was just like I want to be famous.
Yeah.
like without
point to it 'cause
any
it's a
substance, without like actually wanting to do something or be good at anything.
Right.
Um,
It doesn't matter whether I have an infomercial or
Yeah.
a talk show. It doesn't.
I was
matter.
just, but like I wanted to be a movie star, like an action star, which is amazing. I don't know why.
Last
like,
Action Hero, like all that stuff. When you
oh
were a kid?
yeah, I loved it. Yeah, Never Ending Story.
Oh,
I love that. When I was a kid, I
just
like
saw
wanted to
something
be
when
a
they were doing the theme
Treyu.
song of that. Where want to be a what?
I wanted to be a Treyu.
Oh, is that from the Neverending Story?
Yeah.
Oh, I never actually saw it.
You never saw that? Oh, you gotta see it.
Really?
Yeah.
Big flying dog.
It's a luck dragon, but whatever.
What's his name?
Falcor.
Falcor. That's right. I used to know that.
Yeah.
I don't know. When I was a kid, I thought I was so clever because I thought I thought I was poo-pooing I thought I could see through it by saying, "Oh, Neverending Story Part 2." Like I thought, like the fact that there was a sequel was like a hole in the.
I mean, the sequel
No, that's how
not
long the
good.
story is because he goes. I know, but as a kid, that's where I thought my hole was, and I just never bought into it. I was like, I don't get it.
That's fine. You
I was a
don't have
kid
to.
who was watching like Johnny Carson and stuff. You know what I mean? I didn't get child fantasy. I needed adult stuff.
Yeah, I watched all that too.
Oh, I was not.
I
trying
think
to,
I was like 7 when I saw Neverending Story. Like I think that was like, but like the last.
But at 7, I was Back to the Future. You know what I mean? Like that's what I was into,
Okay.
which was more of like a teenage fantasy more than a child fantasy.
Yeah, I get that.
Like I never watched Ice Pirates or any of those kids ones when I was a kid. Goonies is the only one.
Sure.
But I was like again like probably 7.
Okay. I watched at the theater the last movie I saw with my father was what was the awful marriage movie with oh god, it wasn't Kramer versus Kramer, but it was like one Danny DeVito was in it in part.
Oh, War of the Roses?
Yeah, War of the Roses was the
Yeah.
last movie. And I remember out loud at the theater, this is the first laugh I ever got publicly, saying, and I was like a baby basically, I said, that's like mommy and daddy. While they were fighting. It just got like a huge laugh.
Oh, I bet. Well, the innocence of a kid saying it too. You know it's true.
Yeah, like clearly.
Can't hide it.
No, like,
Parents can be like, "Oh, he's young." He's a perfect parrot to what we are. Wow, that's great. I love. It's a good movie too. Do you remember it?
yeah, a little bit.
It's a good movie.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So that was your first taste of comedy at like being a little kid because
Yeah.
you probably got the feel
Yeah.
for what the laugh was.
And I did like theater, like I did school theater and like some like local plays and stuff. I just
yeah, I
always
did tons
liked
of that
it.
too. Community theater and stuff.
Yeah.
Summer stock,
Yeah.
children's theater.
And then stand up, I don't exactly know how it happened, but the first time I did it was at an open mic in Chicago. And
How old were you?
I was 18. It was like within weeks of moving to the city. I don't even think I really had prepared any jokes or anything.
Oh, so we're now to the time when you said before when you were 18. Like this.
Yeah.
Is it. This is.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, cool.
And I did it and was just like,
But what? No, what? Not, that's not enough. What made you get up on stage? Why did you want to? Like, what was in you at that point that you were like, Were you already there having drinks and you're like, I want to do that and put your name on the list? Or did you go to this place going, I'm going to perform tonight? Like, what was your...
I went to the place with the intent to perform.
Did you have material that you had prepared? Or
Not
were you gonna
much.
Go wing it?
I think I kind of winged
You
it.
always wing it the first time, right?
Yeah.
Because you don't know how it works.
Yeah.
You think, I'm funny.
Yeah, like people think I'm funny. I can do
I
that.
make people laugh all the time, yeah.
In
So what's it like when they're all... It's very easy to be funny for me conversationally in the moment with people. Just, oh, I thought of that. Haha, quick quip.
Sure.
It's completely different when you have to... They're expecting you to have it. And
Yeah.
to deliver it.
Well, in stand-up, in general, like, it can't flow just like a normal, like, oh, this is a thing I think is funny. Like, it
It should be something they've never thought of.
yeah, it needs to be both entirely universal, but also something not so universal that everybody's had that thought. It needs to feel like an original notion without feeling foreign in any way. Stand-up's a weird and amazing thing.
You know that now,
Yeah. Oh,
but not that night.
I mean, I think I learned it like 4 days ago.
Good for you. I love it. So that night, green as can be.
Oh yeah, green as can be, a child.
Yeah.
And like I think I maybe got like a chuckle or a polite laugh.
Really?
I was
Painful?
adorable then, so like I don't think anyone wanted to hurt me.
Yes. Cute, charming, innocent.
Yeah, I didn't have tattoos. I didn't have wrinkles. I was
I know.
sweet.
Very, yeah.
Oh, and I like when
This
I was
is untainted.
young. Yeah,
Yeah.
I looked like I was probably 14 years old too.
Oh, you had that face.
Yeah, and people used to say I looked like Helena Bonham Carter. Like I had like long hair, and I heard it all the time. Like I was just
hell
a
of a skill.
sweet little girl boy.
I would never say that in my life. I don't
No,
see it.
of course not. But this is also like I was a child. I was very, very, very young. I was like just rail thin and just like a
Was that an accent?
little
or was
boy.
It
that I was rail thin?
Rail thin. Oh, rail thin.
Rail thin. Yeah, I wasn't. I've never tried a drug.
No, Boy, that's where you went?
Rail and thin.
I was rail thin.
Oh,
Put a
real.
southern
You were trying
drawl
to,
on it.
Oh, I see. An accent.
Oh, did I need to say accent?
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
It would have helped.
Okay. So that's where we are.
Yeah. So then
You're
I tried
that kid
stand-up.
looking like that.
Helena Bonham Carter going to
Real
open
thin.
mic
How
nights.
tall were you? Because you know that's important to me.
I think still 5'10". That's how tall I am now.
That's the right height for a grocery delivery guy.
Sure.
Joshua.
The other guy was just too darn tall.
He was, yeah. Tall is, all right. Was he tall?
Very tall.
Okay. But yeah, so then I did stand-up for a long time, and then I quit doing stand-up for a long time.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
Wait, what? What's that?
So
Did you have a health scare, or was it
No.
like, fuck this?
it was like, fuck this.
Wow. What's
Yeah.
up?
Okay, so and it all is so like hilariously pathetic in the rendering. Like when I think about it. Like so I started doing stand up and then like 6 months in I was just like, I mean, unless you're going to be the next Lenny Bruce, there's no fucking reason to get on that
point.
stage.
That's right.
So then I was just
What do
like
I stand for?
Exactly.
Yeah, you got to figure it out.
So then I was like reaching to be that and doing like ultra left-wing liberal political like hard-hitting commentary from a child who'd never done anything.
Attacking big business
Yeah,
and everything else.
exactly.
Yeah. Making every rookie
Oh,
mistake.
and I started like getting work around town and like looking back, I mean, I'm shocked that I wasn't booed off stage just every single time I got on stage because like if I watched that happen, I'd be like, you've never had a job. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? You know nothing about geopolitical interests. Like just shut the fuck up. And it was poor, like, because I would travel in the Midwest doing clubs.
As Joshua Credibility? Was that your name?
Exactly.
Your touring name?
Oh my god, it was so funny. Like those fucking poor people that like had to work a job to take their girl or wife or whatever to the club and then listen
Spending
to
hard-earned dollars.
Yeah.
Real money in the old days.
some little shithead just like, this is why you're wrong, and this is the other reason you're wrong, and you're dumb. God, it's so funny to think about. So then September 11th happened, And like,
Wah wah.
yeah,
Not funny.
I almost
Jesus,
got
sucked the air out of the room.
I almost got into like fist fights anywhere I did stand up, because like you could not talk about that.
Oh,
and all of a sudden
off
like
limits.
Bush was great and
Oh, yeah.
liberals needed to shut up.
Yeah. There was a few minutes.
So I was
Got
like,
nuts.
yeah,
didn't
America's crazy. And like now looking back, like, oh, it really was pretty tame comparatively. But so I stopped for a long time, started working as a writer.
Okay.
And then
You're keeping the same brain activity working.
Yeah. I never stopped. Like, I never actually.
When you just looked
did
at me,
a
I saw
thing
Jeremy Renner just a tiny bit.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I did.
I don't want to look like that guy.
That's all right.
He's
You weren't
also
stalking
not very
yourself.
nice.
Tony from Portofino to me, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Tony, the owner of Portofino, one of
Yes.
my favorite restaurants in the world. Not around here. It's in Connecticut.
And
Okay.
sometimes when you talk and laugh at the same time, you remind me of our friend David. Stories.
Oh, that's nice. All
Yeah.
right, there you go.
Oh, all right.
We like who you remind us of.
Not
good.
Not Jeremy Renner or Helena Bonham Carter.
Yeah.
Which I had to write them both down because I was like, I'm just.
The Helena Bonham Carter one, like, I can't imagine what I looked like when I was
How
young.
long was your hair?
It was like a. It was like
Oh,
a-
that's a good question.
It
I
was
didn't
like
consider
down to
that.
here, but
So
like
that's part of it.
like all of it. Like
Did anybody say what movie? Because are we talking like Fight Club or Big Fish or what? What Helena Bonham Carter are we talking about?
well, it would have been like around 2001 or
Fight
2002.
Club, probably, right?
Yeah,
and
I
then maybe
guess.
Big Fish. Yeah. So it was a gothy thing.
Yeah, I mean,
Ooh. And you were rail thin.
I was
Rail
very
fan.
skinny. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why that happened, but it did.
All right, sorry.
Make it
So
up.
you were in the middle of saying something, and I rudely interrupted you to say that you look a little bit like Jeremy Renner right there, because apparently I thought it would be funny to be funny right then and there. I would like to hear the end of the story, so I'm going to stop interrupting you. I apologize.
No, I don't
really
care.
do.
I love it. The more you talk, the less I have to.
I want to hear you though.
But yeah, so like I had quit stand up, started writing, and then like
What were you writing on, or were you writing for other comedians?
I started writing and producing promos for Warner Brothers.
No shit.
Yeah.
In the marketing department?
Yeah.
No
And
kidding.
I did that for a while, and then I ended up starting a trailer company with a buddy of mine who
Which
I had
one?
worked with.
Can we say?
It's
You
just,
would prefer not
it's
to?
like, yeah, it's, we do market trailers. It's just for the industry stuff. It's
Yeah,
not really-
I'll ask you off the air. I did some work in that
Oh, okay.
arena as well.
All right.
Produced a lot of commercials and promos and stuff.
Gotcha. But so then I was just bored with life, and I was hanging out with a comedian who.
Because you were unstimulated, probably.
Yeah, I
Not
wasn't
stimulated
like
enough.
yeah. Once the
That work
company
didn't do
was
it for me
started,
either, by the way, because it was bullshit.
well, and then I wasn't really working. Like I
Oh.
started the company, and then it started to like kind of be like running, and I wasn't
without
really.
you?
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, so
like,
it's a good problem.
Yeah, because I was it like not to the whole notion of a predator happened, as opposed to just a producer and an editor.
Oh, gee whiz. Great. Okay,
yeah.
good. Because she's a Chris Hansen fan, so I was like, what's happening? Have a cookie, fella.
Yeah, I basically became obsolete in my own company, which was fun.
You were a partner, though, so...
Yeah. So then I
you
like
get bought out.
I was getting exactly.
Beautiful.
And then I was just hanging with a buddy of mine who's a comic, and we were at a bar probably at like a Tuesday afternoon.
You're like, I bet I'd still be good at this.
Well, no, he was just like, "Do you ever think about doing stand up again?" And I was like, "You know what? I mean, I guess I don't know." And he was like, "Well, you want to open for me? I'm doing the Vic in
Your
Chicago
friend
next
was
week."
a comic you were talking to.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. He's
So
like
you have an opportunity on the table. It's not just a conversation. This is like a...
yeah. And
You
he
could be a comic again next week if you want to be.
and it happened.
Okay.
Like I ended up opening for him at the Vic Theater in Chicago, which
big-
is
big
like
room.
yeah, and a childhood like where in college.
Oh, you're from there, of course.
Yeah,
You're going home. It's
it was
homecoming.
amazing, and I think that's what made him think of it too, because he was like, "Oh, Chicago,
He must have some friends. He can fill a room.
exactly." He fills rooms. I do not.
Oh, we're not saying the name because it's somebody.
I mean, it's Nick Swartzen.
Oh, we know him. She repped
Oh,
him
you know
for
Nick?
years.
Yeah.
Worked with them for a long time.
Yeah,
That's
so
awesome.
Nikki is the whole reason that I do stand up again. I was just up in San Francisco with him last week.
Awesome. That's really
At
cool.
Throckmorton, or where'd you go?
Punchline.
Is it still
It's
open?
Yeah, he decided to do it and booked it when it was supposed to be done, but they got I think 2
There's-
years.
Yeah,
Like a
there's
2-year
an extension or
extension
something,
of
yeah.
the lease or whatever.
Yeah, Google owns it.
There you go.
And Google has given them 2 years. Who knows what'll happen? It'll be reevaluated.
Yeah, but the old situation of when it was going to away, that has gone
That's
away.
gone.
Yeah. I think
Kudos
Chappelle.
Chappelle
That's
is the
exactly
one
what I
I was
heard, too.
thinking of too. There's been a lot of support from you guys in that
When enough
community.
money makes enough noise.
Yeah,
shit gets
yeah.
done.
And I mean, for better or worse, Chappelle is probably the arbiter of comedy these days.
Yeah.
Are you a
And,
Chappelle fan?
I don't dislike
It'd be weird
Chappelle.
to have you say no right now, so I'm sorry to put you in that situation. But
Yeah.
why don't you like Dave Chappelle?
No, as a person, I like him a lot. He's super nice, and I just,
The comedy's not for you.
I don't really watch stand up all that much.
Oh, that's okay. Well, here's the thing. Can I tell people that you wouldn't watch or even
Oh, yeah.
listen to yourself? During the break there, we were playing that clip of him doing the Hitler bit. I can call it the Hitler bit, right?
That's what I call it.
Okay.
I think on
Doing the
YouTube
Hitler
it's
bit.
called Josh Man Hitler, which is amazing pairing of words.
Good company you keep, sir. Anyway, but he wouldn't listen to it. He's walking around the other room like this. And I
Yeah.
was like, this is how he relaxes before maybe this is his process. I don't know.
No,
And it just turned out he didn't want to hear it. Didn't want to hear it, which is a lot of people. So and you said if you did one of these shows, like you wouldn't watch it.
Yeah. I
I
just
get that. But why?
every time I watch myself, I am just beset by ideas of what I would have done differently, and like I'm always like, you could have done that better, and that's so it drives
Well, you're
me
a
nuts.
perfectionist then.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
That's what I hear too. It doesn't let your
You
brain
want to
turn
polish.
off.
You can't polish the videotape.
No, yeah. But then, like, why don't I work any harder before I'm on video?
You will.
You just started being a stand-up again a couple years ago.
Yeah.
That's true.
Cut yourself some
Working the
slack.
cobwebs out. This is your
That's
first
true.
panel, right? So where do you perform now then? Like where do you go up?
I'm on the
Punchline,
road a
obviously, just
bunch.
recently.
Yeah, I'm on the road a bunch. I was doing my own show at the Improv, but I took a break from it because, like,
LA Improv?
yeah,
Hollywood
yeah, yeah. Because running your own show is miserable work. It's so much easier to just go do other people's
Somebody
shows.
else's, yeah.
But the
You get to
Improv,
show up and talk to the mic. instead of
exactly,
all that work.
It's like my favorite thing. Talking at people. It's so easy.
Yeah.
You're really good and natural and so likable and like just cute and charming though. Like, do you know that? Do you use that to your advantage, or is that just your personality, where you're just kind of like, well, whatever. Shing.
I'm entirely inauthentic. I'm just kidding.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. I guess I probably know how to make myself more likable and charming.
Okay.
And-
I feel like you're flirting with me. I mean, it's nice.
Oh, good. Who's to say? Yeah. But we all learn how to like do what it is. Like, I mean, Dave Chappelle on stage is very different from Dave off stage. Everybody is a heightened version of whatever their thing is that audiences respond to most.
Yes.
And if they're not, then they're making a mistake. And if they're a heightened version of like not their best qualities, they're making a mistake.
Or they're the best talent in the world.
Yeah.
'Cause they can turn all of that off and get the other thing going.
Yeah, that's true
hard.
too.
Do that all the time. No, go ahead. Did I cut
No,
you
I
off?
don't know.
Oh.
I don't know.
Is this an awkward lull? Is this a
I'm
moment?
living in the moment.
Oh.
I'm not looking to the past.
I'm going to leave. Don't go anywhere. Let's see what's on the blue card here. Let's see. Awful childhood. We got to that. We took care of that right out of the way. Phobias. Do you have any phobias? Are you afraid of anything?
Oh yeah. I'm terrified of flying.
What?
Yeah,
a
I'm afraid
as
of
a
flying.
road
And that's
comic.
all I do is travel.
Takeoffs and landings? Worst
That's
part?
the worst part. Turbulence, takeoffs, and landings. If we're cruising altitude,
TTL, huh?
and
the old TTL syndrome?
yeah, exactly.
Anything that reminds you that you're in the air, it sounds like.
Yeah.
Yeah, that you're in a plane.
And I also like I feel like what it is that I'm just an insane control freak because I also never
yeah,
feel
that's the
comfortable
perfectionist
in the
thing, too.
passenger seat of a car.
Really?
Yeah, like
How do you
front
Uber
seat,
all the time?
a back seat. I don't know
Oh,
why.
the backseat's okay because you
Yeah.
can do other things?
It's a weird thing.
You're not like watching it first.
I think so. Yeah, I think
Okay.
in the back seat.
That makes a lot of sense.
But like, yeah, everybody when I fly,
See,
everybody,
I have a fear of Ubering, ironically.
Really?
I don't care for it.
Really?
It makes me uncomfortable, yeah.
Oh, it's the best.
I don't disagree. I like the cab idea of things. I don't I don't like it. I don't care for it. It doesn't work for me.
It might be.
I'm such a creature. I am an only child, and I am somebody who does very well alone.
Sure.
Like I'm fine. So I don't want to talk.
It might be, for me, it might be the Chicago background. Because you go everywhere by cab or the L.
You're
rather.
right. I grew up in and around the New York area, but even when I worked in the city, I drove in most days or took the train days where I didn't.
Okay.
And it was like going to 30 Rock or whatever. So it was like there was no cab.
I'd see Uber or cab is way better for me than train. Because like the train, I'm with a lot of people, and I don't like that. Like I don't like...
Oh, no, but you're alone on the train. There's sort of there's an agreement. There's sort of like a social agreement that we're all I don't even see you.
Yeah, I
definitely don't smell you.
Well, yeah. I don't know. I don't find my Uber drivers or cab drivers to be like
too chatty.
Yeah, no.
Well, you're a comic. Like you probably like the interaction. I don't. I want it off.
Oh no, but I'm also like go everywhere in like a baseball cap and yeah.
You can do that whole.
Yeah, I just like
kind of.
Yeah, people leave me alone usually.
You strike me as having the air of a famous person that's like, don't fucking talk to me until you want to be spoken to, and then you ingratiate whatever.
If you walk around, I don't want to hear anything. I don't want to.
Yeah, I mean,
which I don't mean is a bad thing. It's just like a lot of famous people and people.
You always wanted to be famous, so you know how to do it.
Exactly.
No joke.
Well, you're living that way, man.
I don't know if it's like I'm not gonna sit here and be like, yeah, I seem like a famous person.
I won't go anywhere without a baseball cap and glasses. I screwed it up.
But I am like, I wear ball glasses.
Damn it! Damn it!
I guess like I do find that I'm generally unapproachable unless I'm like being like, oh hey, what's up? Like let's chat. Then people seem to want to. But like if I'm just like silent, I also don't smile really.
Yeah.
No.
I'm not a smiler.
We don't need. Yeah, we're not either. We are actually, but it's funny when we're in our own worlds. It's not what's on. It's not what's on our face. If we're present and aware and like in the world, out of the matrix, I've got a smile plastered on my face at all times.
Yeah.
I'm out and about driving our little yellow car.
Oh really?
Like that. Yeah, really.
But I find that
the
people
moment I'm just in my head or thinking about
respond.
something or thinking about something or working on a bit or whatever it happens to be, this goes to unapproachable.
I always have headphones in. Headphones and sunglasses and a baseball cap.
So you do the whole millennial thing where you are alone.
Yeah, I'm constantly listening to music and just because if I'm not at a bar, I have to quiet the demons. There's no other way to do it.
Oh yeah, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah,
you were the only guest who ever asked for a drink before the show.
Really?
Yeah, and only a beer. I don't mean to.
You have weird
3
guests.
shots and he was fine.
No, I did want a beer.
Yeah,
beer's the best.
I'm not knocking beer. I don't drink it.
Yeah,
I'm not knocking it. But you were the only person who's ever asked for it.
Well, it's Saturday night at like 7 p.m. right now, so why wouldn't I have a beer?
What day is it? What happened to me? Did I have a stroke?
Wednesday.
Is today Wednesday?
Wednesday afternoon.
It's Wednesday afternoon.
1:30 p.m. in real time.
Time. It's hump day.
Just about time to wrap it up.
Are you going out tonight? Going up? I mean.
No, I'm not going up. I think I have a set next week someplace. I think.
Do you do stuff in town very much?
A bit.
You said you used to have the improv show, but you're still letting that.
I'm taking a break from doing that. I go up at the Improv on occasion. It's kind of my favorite of the 3 main clubs and where I go up the most often.
Okay.
And then just like friends shows around town. There's some cool venues
Mark
and stuff.
Lano?
Yeah, I know Mark Lano.
He was here recently.
Really?
I didn't know much about him at all, and I just sat here silently, unlike you. I just sat here silently and let him talk because holy shit, does that guy have stories?
Yeah, he's partly responsible for the Improv.
That's one of them.
Yeah.
It was nuts.
And he's like Michael Rappaport's stepdad, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot about that. We never even got to that.
We didn't
I forgot
even
to bring
go
that
there.
up because I used to work with Michael Rappaport.
Yeah, his other stepdaughter, Claudia.
Claudia, who is an incredibly talented writer.
Yeah.
I figured out who you do look like to me, and it's a famous person that people would know.
Okay.
And it's funny that you always wanted to be Tom Cruise, because to me, you have a little bit of Tom Cruise's cousin, the guy whose name
Mapother?
Mapother.
Yes.
Mapother.
Yeah, from Lost.
Okay.
Ethan from Lost.
All right.
Thomas? I think.
I've heard a bunch in my
William
days.
Mapother is his name.
William.
Yeah, but
William Mapother. Yeah.
Mapother. How
I
is
think
it?
it's either Mapother or Mapother.
And is Tom Cruise technically a Mapother too? But
he
changed
is,
it
yeah.
to Cruise,
His
right?
real name is Mapother or Mapother, however you say it.
Aren't we getting to all the greatest hits today?
Yeah, yeah.
Bring on the Sheen Boys. Want to talk about that? Estevez.
Oh, I forgot to tell you because you mentioned
going,
my
keep going.
tattoos.
Yes.
The greatest revenge I've taken upon my mother,
Oh my.
which is I got a tattoo that says "Don't get a tattoo, Mom."
Whoa.
I don't know,
Just
was it-
yeah, I was just zooming in. Whoop, that's about it there. Wow. Don't get a tattoo, Mom. And then what is the creature above her? Is it some sort of dragon
This
or
is
something?
a-
Oh, whoa, it's a whole thing.
Yeah, it's
Holy
a
smokes, what is that?
greater than or equal to or less than or equal to symbol
Nice.
to remind me that I'm no better or worse than anyone. I was a math major in college.
But they're over the so it's a
Yeah, and then it's in just like a bunch of
Oh, I
stuff
see the other
with
side
things
there.
and
Gotcha.
stuff.
Wow.
Yeah.
Are you kind of a deep guy? Do you go deep?
Define deep. Like, what do you mean?
Yeah, that's a good nice qualifier. We started out when you asked for a drink.
Yep.
I said we don't have too much in the ways of that, but we have a tremendous variety of medicinal cannabis for Mrs. Ryan.
Yeah.
And you said that's not, you don't do that. You're not a pot guy.
No, I'm not a drug guy
And you've
of
never
any
been a pot
kind.
guy.
Yeah, no. I've
So
always.
I was more on the lines of like that kind of deep, like deep thinking, because you're such a creative guy and you're a writer, and you know what I mean. Like you produce. Your brain's always spinning. So I
Well,
was
you
curious.
do know it's possible to think about the world surrounding us without the use of weed, right?
What?
Like I know
I
that
only started
I know
doing it after.
I know that people who like microdose shrooms and smoke
Oh,
weed
yeah.
are like, we're the only ones who think about stuff. Like I don't think Einstein was smoking weed. That dude thought about some stuff.
Yeah, no, I guess that's kind of that's my point. So are you? Do you do go deep? Without the
Yeah,
weed?
I mean, I spend most of my time just thinking about the human condition and or trying to turn off thinking about the human condition.
So that's tough.
Yeah. I mean, if we actually perceive the world as it is with the intensity that we should, we would all go insane. Which is why we have to normalize and distance ourselves psychologically
Distract.
from what's actually happening. Like,
So you do go deep. I love it.
but
I
that's
love the
what-
existential stuff because it's just, I feel like in the 70s and 60s and 70s it was talked about a lot, and then for a long time it was kind of only like the pot smokers, the hippies, the acid guys,
Yeah.
the mushroom guys, and they're the ones who were talking about it, and they were crazy. Nowadays I kind of feel like there's a bit of an awakening, and people are, I don't know whether it's they're getting it from, all of a sudden now they can do weed, or
Yeah.
maybe they're trying mushrooms or whatever. I don't know. Maybe there's a social download happening in society. I don't know.
Well, I
don't
think-
claim to know, but I feel like something's happening, and more people are going there. We're getting back to those kind of existential talks.
Well, I think that there's far less of a stigma to psychiatry and also to having issues. Like,
Yeah.
I mean,
It's almost normal to have like a mental health something.
Like if you don't have any form of depression ever, like even on a low hum, that's
That's
doesn't
its
You're not
own
right.
exist.
That's its own.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
You're crazy.
Yeah, you're an insane person.
Yeah.
So I think that becoming more aware of just how our brains operate and it not being socially unacceptable to talk about and think about.
You appear very in shape. You appear very healthy. I'm assuming you work out. Do
I
you
do.
eat well? Like, is diet is taking care of yourself important to you?
Yes, because I smoke and drink all the time. I'm
balance it
like,
out. Life's a
yeah,
balance. Life's a balance.
I gotta do like yoga and run and lift and stuff, and then I try to eat pretty well.
Okay.
But that again, like I exist in excess on either end of the spectrum. Like I never do anything like kind of normal. Like today, I think I like ran 8 or 10 miles.
Before this?
yeah.
Before this appearance?
Yeah.
Is that normal? Do you run every day?
Yeah, I walk my dogs and run every day.
Okay.
But then, and I'll probably eat like a salad or something for lunch. But then, like a lot of times, like I'll just Postmates Taco Bell or KFC.
There's some chalupa back. I just got an email.
Yeah,
Wow.
I love it. It's just after the sun sets,
All bets are off.
I exist like most comics do, like just wildly unhealthy.
Yeah.
But then when the sun's up, I'm a pretty healthy guy.
We've gone long. We should wrap it up. But I'm
All
curious.
right.
Anxieties?
Um,
Since this was all the stuff on your card?
Oh yeah. I mean, I don't really have anxieties. I mean, outside of like that, I will be a crippling failure and disappoint myself.
The usual ones.
But like
Usual
outside of that,
performing, yeah,
I have
artist
no
stuff.
social anxiety, nothing like that.
I struggle with that. That's what I was saying before. Like, I'm good alone.
Oh, yeah.
much better alone. Like it's not it's not a coincidence that we started this in our house and that it's gotten to this level still at our house. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
This clearly
no, yeah.
should have moved somewhere else by now, but it hasn't. This kind of works for us at the moment.
Oh, see, I love, like, I'll go to the movies or a restaurant. Like, I have dinner
around
by
other
myself
people?
all the time. No, just because, like, I'm neither, like, I'll bring a notebook.
I don't mind doing that stuff because I can be alone.
Yeah.
To me, that's being alone.
Oh, okay.
Like going out and being social with other people, I have a hard time with that. We do a lot of car events and stuff with our car and social stuff, and that whatever we do is pretty much the max of what I'm capable of at a comfortable level.
We
And it's
don't
really
do
enjoyable,
cocktail
but like I
parties.
wouldn't.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I'm not like a social guy.
Oh, I love it.
We used to be the night people. We were used to be drinkers, and like we would be the last ones to leave because we were having the most fun and making sure everyone else had the most fun, you know. And then when she got sick and that whole life of like needing to do the social hospitality stuff, like once that went away,
It's a big part of my old job.
Sure.
Maintaining
yeah, of course.
relationships through imbibing and good
That's
times.
like the entire part of your job.
Yeah.
pretty big hunk. And then
Yeah.
it became like, oh, well, we don't do that stuff anymore. And it was like, wait, your natural clock wakes you up at 5 a.m. I'm like, oh, okay, well then our schedule's different. So like we don't go out to dinner.
Yeah.
We don't go out to dinner parties or to people's houses and stuff. It's like kind of weird. We do social stuff in the mornings a lot, but it's kind of like we're going out to have coffee with people in a parking lot, and she's going to sit on a bench, and people are going to come to us, and like that's what we're capable of.
Sure.
I don't know how we got onto that. Sorry, it was more on the social
Yeah, you asked
anxieties
about
that you
anxiety.
don't have.
See,
I do have it.
I love going to like parties and dinner parties because I get to be whatever version of myself I want to be.
I
Like
loved it
around
too.
strangers or people that I vaguely know. I love
So
that.
you're not in a bad way, but are you not real then when you do stuff like that?
I think I'm more real.
real.
Like I'll tell a stranger
It allows you to the inhibitions are gone. It allows you to.
Yeah, I guess. I don't
Unfiltered?
know. I think because I know that they don't care about me. Like, if my brother or a good friend calls me and they're like, hey, how are you? I always am just like, I'm good. What are you up to? And we just chat about nothing. But, like, with a stranger, I'll be like, I thought about killing myself this morning. I'll tell you, I'm having a rough time. Like, I don't know why. I can be completely honest with a total stranger, but
That's
I always am perfectly fine with anybody I know.
kind of love that.
Yeah,
even
I
though
kind of love
it's a
that too.
huge
Do you
lie
like
to
that
everybody.
about yourself? Or
I
do,
mean,
you,
I-
do you find it detrimental?
I don't necessarily like or dislike anything about myself.
Really?
I just continue to exist, and I'm fine with it.
That's almost better. I'm
Yeah, it's
self-indifferent.
I'm laughing out of like, I get it.
Well, I mean, I'm at the end of the day, we're all entirely meaningless. So why would I would have
Existential.
any
Back to
big,
that.
strong feeling about myself as if I'm going to change the course of history?
I'm going to put this together and then we'll wrap it up. Hopes and/or desires.
Oh, I hope that I get to just keep telling jokes, and I'd like to sell a show. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
Do
Are
that.
you trying to right now?
Yeah, I've actually got a half-hour comedy about early onset Alzheimer's.
Get out.
No, yeah.
Sitcom or
Single cam.
Okay.
Yeah, but yeah, it's a disease that I'd like to raise some awareness.
Yeah.
My
to.
mother died of Alzheimer's.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
Yeah, so it's a dramedy, but I
It
don't.
has to be because the disease is comical and disastrous at the same time. It is literally the comedy and tragedy faces.
I could not agree more. And every time I've ever seen the disease portrayed on film, it's always so relentlessly awful and sad. Which it is, but in those moments,
My
people have humor.
yes,
Yeah.
yes,
You can't exist in that state.
yes. I agree with you. I
Yeah.
agree with you. My grandmother was incredibly hysterical because she was so charming while she was befuddled.
Sure.
She knew it was happening.
Yeah.
At some point, you kind of just, it is what it is. I'm not going to fight it.
Yeah,
And it becomes a thing.
absolutely.
And it's just those two faces to me.
Yeah.
I love that. How can we make it happen? How can we help you?
I don't know if people want to make a TV show.
What kind of budget? Is this like a Netflix type show? Is this like a webisode type show? What kind of a? How
I
are
mean,
we?
I would do it in any sort of like. I obviously.
I just want a yes.
Yeah, I mean, no, like obviously the hope is like Netflix or FX or HBO.
So
like-
that's where you see it, even though it's a half hour. That's your
yeah.
Okay.
I mean, that would be.
It's not a network show.
No, it's definitely not a. It's not a network
You
show.
say FX maybe because of the freedom that perhaps like a Louis got.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
absolutely.
agree with-
Or
I
like
agree with
better
that.
things. I don't know if Pam Adlon listens to your show or watches your show, but
I'm a huge fan of hers.
I am
like her a
too.
lot.
Better
Huge fan
Things
of
is,
hers.
I think, the best thing on TV right now. It's
just great.
amazing.
I loved her on Californication.
Yeah,
she's
me
just
too.
great in
Yeah,
general.
she's
I follow her now on
Genius.
Instagram, and she's so real and just chill.
Yeah.
I like
she's,
it a lot.
she's one of those people who's the real on and off. It's kind of that's what you get.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so awesome. This was kind of weird. I hope you enjoyed it.
I did.
Did you?
Yeah. I
Okay.
had fun.
Good.
Did you know what to expect when you came here today?
Not a thing. Did you?
No, not at all.
Oh,
Our
good.
guest yesterday was he's got in fact, you may know him, Steve Mazon.
That name
he's a
sounds
comedian.
super familiar.
He had a documentary that's available on Amazon streaming services called Dying to Do Letterman, and he took a cancer diagnosis and turned it into a quest to be good enough to get on to do a set on Letterman. And I don't want to give it away, but it's pretty interesting. It's
I
pretty
know who
interesting.
he is. Yeah.
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 So he was here yesterday, and it was one of those like, oh, I could do all this research on him. I watched his movie the night before, all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was just like, oh, you're going to love this guy. He's great. Cool. And he's right. I did. But I didn't know
good.
what to expect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love you. You're great. All right, Mrs. Ryan, what do we have here? I'm going to put all this stuff back together. What's going on tomorrow, Mrs. Ryan?
Brittany Leister is going to be here.
Brittany Leister
Tall blonde.
is a tall blonde. Tall drink of water. Oh, because I like tall people? Is that what it is?
I'm the lady, and I can say she's a very attractive tall blonde.
Oh, I see. Okay. Brittany Leister is a automotive and Porsche photographer. She probably shoots other things as well, but we know her certainly through the car world. And she's going to be here tomorrow. She's a lot of fun. A lot of people know her. Let's see. Dates, social media. What's coming up for you, mister?
Oh, I'm gonna be performing in London at the end of September at
Nice.
Going back.
at the Comedy Store there. I'm excited about that.
Okay.
Social media, you can follow me on both the Gram and Twitter, same handle.
This is an Instagram story right now. We're doing it live.
Oh yeah, I'm Joshua Lee Mann.
Lee.
Leemann.
That's on the Instagram, and then you got like a YouTube or any of that stuff. People can follow.
I
your
need to
stuff.
set that up.
Oh, you don't have a YouTube? Where'd your
No.
clips come from? Somebody else's YouTube?
Somebody put it on YouTube.
They're making money off
I'm
of
really,
your stuff.
I'm really lazy and terrible when I.
Good for you.
like-
I can't be bothered. I can't be bothered with that stuff. I need somebody else to do that part.
Yeah.
We just hired a marketing person this week.
I need to do that like a publicist or something. Like I don't even have a website.
We don't either. We've got a YouTube
It's all
channel
different now.
and all this. Look at this studio, glamorous merchandise. Oh my goodness. All right, that's it. We're done. Mrs. Ryan, I love you
Okay.
so very much.
I love you.
Joshua, this has been awesome. I love you so very much.
I had so much fun.
We love everybody
so
at
glad.
home. Please love one another. Thank you very much for watching. We will be here tomorrow with Brittany Leister. See you then. You didn't go anywhere. Thanks for not going.
No, yeah, I stayed by the bike.
Stay the whole time.
I told you I would.
Really followed through on that. Who knew?
Yeah. Well, not moving.